Chris, great to see you and thank you for your time on Stan Sport. It's now been a couple of weeks with Ange Postecoglou. What has stood out the most so far?
Look, yeah, his belief, his determination to achieve big things. I think everybody knows he's been a winner in his whole career. He's won trophies, won things, and that's the way he believes in football. So yeah, his real determination, his belief to do something great here.
When was the first time you really crossed paths with Ange? Because I reckon you left New Zealand by the time he was back in the A-League with Brisbane Roar. So was it when you got to Europe and when he got to Europe?
To be fair, yeah, didn't cross over when he was back in Australia or anything like that. Heard of him mostly when he was travelling, going from Japan to Celtic, and doing great things up there. So yeah, he's been a big manager in the last at least 10 years and things like that, coming through, and always doing extremely well, and then obviously doing extremely well at Tottenham.
What about first impressions when he came into the dressing room for the first time? Was it short and sharp, typical Ange style, like, here I am, I'm Ange, let's go, let's get into it, or was it a little more detailed?
I think with the first game, obviously he came in a couple of days before the first game, it was a bit like that, but then it was down to getting to know his ideas, his philosophy of play, and just taking on board what he wants to do with this team and taking it to the areas he sees that teams are good at.
Now, sporting rival, especially for your good self involved in football, as a Kiwi, do you hate Australia or do you view us as kind of like a brother who annoys you sometimes?
To be fair, when you're over this side of the world, it's one of those you stick together as like compadres from that side of the world a bit. But I think when we face up against you, like in the last window, there's a good bit of rivalry there. But I think it's more, especially in the footballing world, the hatred is not there as much, I don't believe.
That's good. That's good. Happy about that. Your career, Chris, it's quite incredible. You've gone over there as a young man. It took you a while to get going at the very top level, but what would have life been for Chris Wood had it not been for football? What would you be doing back in New Zealand?
Gosh, yeah, that would be a completely different life, I'm sure. Yeah, I think all I've ever known is playing football, and I was lucky enough to, at the age of 16, to be given the chance to make it full time, and thankfully it's turned out to the career it has been. But yeah, I don't know where I would be if it wasn't for football. I would have tried my hands at different places around the world, but yeah, it would have been extremely different, I'm sure.
Now, the first half of your career, when you went over as a teenager in the UK, you went on 7 loan spells. I'm tipping that did a fair bit to help with your resolve and dealing with setbacks.
Look, it's huge. You learn a lot about things, about the men's game and how you want to adapt and be a better player and a person as well. I was at a Premier League club and I wasn't going to play. We needed a striker who was more established at the time to try and keep the team in the league, and I had to go and prove myself around the country at different leagues throughout England and just prove myself as a player. And I think I learnt something at every loan club I went to, whether it was good or bad, the loan spell, I learnt something and it's made me into the player I am today.
It's a damn long time though to try and prove yourself time and time again going to new clubs. Was there ever a point where you thought this is getting a little difficult, it might not work out?
No, to be fair, it was fine. It was only 3 years. It wasn't too bad, 6 months in each, and ultimately it was always going to work out because I'd done well in the Championship and done well in League One, so I knew I'll always have a career with it at some level. It was just about which level can I get myself to and how high I can get myself to.
Chris, you are living proof that you don't need to make it at 20. I reckon it was around your 25th birthday that you started playing regular Premier League football, and 88 of your 89 goals so far, as we sit here and do this interview, have come after your 25th birthday. Have you got a favourite as you close in on 100?
No, it's pretty hard to pick one out of all of them, which is a nice thing to say. But hopefully the 100th one would be the nicest one.
What about Nottingham Forest as a club where you've become a bit of a legend there already? What's its unique charm that you could describe to us?
Nottingham Forest has got a huge history, especially back in the 80s, doing extremely well, and then going through ups and downs over the years as it does. But we've got a sense of belief in this squad and this team, and it's been that way for the last couple of years, and that's something we want to build on and make us into a team it's highly recognisable at the top half of the table in the Premier League for years to come. And that's our goals and ambitions in this group.
Back to your new manager and Ange and his details, his little things that he wants you to get right, especially with the ball, because that's how he wants to play the game. Those intricate movements that you've each got to understand in a new way of playing. How long do you think it will take to fully click?
Look, yeah, I think it's actually clicked rather quickly. It's a different playing style to what we were under Nuno, so it's a big change for the players to get on board with. But I think everybody has bought into it, believed in the process that he's trying to do, the ideas he's putting out, which is fantastic. And it's shown in games that we're dominating the ball more, we're creating more chances, we're doing extremely well. But we just have to get those wins to add to it, and I'm sure they'll come sooner rather than later. But it's one of those, I think his ideas are there, and I think he's happy enough without the results coming. So now we're just going to put it all together and do that come Thursday and Sunday.
What about training? Is it fun, intense, something else, all of the above?
It's all of the above. It's always fun. We're playing football for a living. It's always fun. We always enjoy coming into the building every morning. And yeah, intense. We learn to play a style of football that's very athletic based. We need to be conditioned right and work hard and intense. So yeah, it's got a bit of everything.
Sure as hell beats the alternative for you, which you described earlier though, doesn't it?
100%.
Hey Chris, thanks for your time, mate. Really appreciate it. Good luck with your European adventure with Nottingham Forest and, of course, in the Premier League in the games to come.
Appreciate it. Cheers.
The only place to watch the English Premier League live and on demand with 4K is on football's new home, Stan Sport. Add Stan Sport now at stan.com.au/sport.